Hi, and welcome to the next paint over video for the DeviantArt group art topic. It's open to anyone who wants to get a critique or any advice on their work. So this one is a traditional drawing, which is unusual for me. And the first thing I did was try to make the crocodile character's pants more visible against the tree, which were the same color. So I decided to make his pants darker, and then I went to the background and I made the grass have less of a line, that like it looks like there's just lines going across of the grass, and I wanted to make it look more natural. So to make the foreground feel like it's closer to us, I make it darker, and then as it goes back into the distance, it fades away lighter and becomes more blue. The same with the trees in the distance and the house, kind of just made it more, less detailed and more of a blue color, and less detail in lines and in colors, so it's all kind of blurring together as it goes further away. And then I tried to fix a little bit of the anatomy of the girl on the swing, though I wanted it to look more like flowing and natural, as well as her hair and clothing. If you look at her shirt on the original, it's very square, so I made it look like it's kind of flowing in the wind. And now I'm adding some shadows to the tree to make it look more 3D. And then I did a little bit more on the background with the blurring and added a few more trees. There was just one clump on the right. I just kind of added a few more. Now I'm adding some shadows and highlights to the crocodile character's clothes and horn. I'm not sure what kind of creature it is, but I'm gonna call it a crocodile. Maybe it's a dragon. It looks more like a dragon. It has a little mustache. Oh yeah, I decided to give it, the whole painting, a lighting direction. So the light's sort of coming from the right. I'm sorry, from the left. So the shadows being cast by the dragon character onto the tree. Oh, now I'm going into the details of the girl on the swing. I wanted to make her face a little more refined. It's difficult to paint over traditional work because you use a whole different set of lines, and I mean, it's a different, I don't know how to say it. It's like a different, I mean, it's different tools, so you don't expect the same feel from digital work, usually. If you want to see any of the artists' names or links to their profiles, they'll be in the description below. This next one is still life, and it's really good. I just found a little skewed perspective on the table, and I also didn't like how the milk carton was tangenting or creating a tangent with the chair behind it. So I just moved it over a little bit, because you can see the top of the milk carton lines up with the chair perfectly. and why not have it separate so that it doesn't draw your attention unnecessarily. And I use the lasso tool a lot with this one, basically to separate the different elements. Like the background I felt was blending in too much with the table and objects in the foreground, so I lightened it and gave it some distance. Now I'm fixing up all the gaps that I made when I moved the milk. I also darkened the vase that the flowers are in because I felt like it was blending in with the background and table a little bit. Then I did a little bit of work on the reflections and shadows of the vase. I'm not sure what it's made out of, but I'm guessing some kind of glass. Then I added some reflections of the cupcakes onto the dish and some shadows for all the objects on the table. That was done on a separate layer, and then I changed the colors and edited the shadows. It's much easier if it's on a separate layer, and then you can merge it down. This one is a beach scene, and the first thing that popped out for me is that everything was kind of blurring together because of the colors and values. So I used the lasso tool again to separate them. And I didn't know which direction to go with, so I selected the background and changed the colors a bit. Then I darkened the ball coming towards us so that it had more contrast. And you can see already like the dark area below the ball, like the shadow of it makes it feel like it's coming towards us much more, makes it less flat. Then the anatomy of the guy in front was a little bit weird, so I tried to fix that a bit. Like his arm and shoulder blades feel like they're cut really sharp, and I know it's stylized, but yeah, I kind of made it more into my style, which is more realistic than anime. Then I changed the hand anatomy to look more like he's surprised. As you can express a lot with hands, so why not take advantage of it? And all of these are in very different styles, and good. It's just, these are just ideas that I had when I looked at them, if they were my paintings. And the girl's anatomy looked, it's really hard to do perspective when it's this extreme, so I just made it look more right to me. I'm not great at it either. The best is if you have a reference from that angle and then stylize it to how you want it. And then I outlined the girl so that she didn't blend in with the background too. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you want to have your work done, just join the DeviantArt group at Art Topic. And thanks for watching. Bye.